Well, Addu, so you won the toss. You elected to bowl first. Why is that? Best of luck. Start soon. लैंडस्केप पे स्क्रीन सीधी नहीं दिखती यूट्यूब पे पिछली गेम में देख रहा था पूरी क्वालिफायर दिखेगा बट वेट टेस्टिंग माइक Hi, Aaron. Can you hear? Mic testing. Please comment. Mic testing. Arman, mic testing. Arman, mic testing. Nope. So, hi, guys. I'm joined here by Arman. Arman's commentating today's game with me, and we've got the Super Strikers batting first in the final. What do you think, Arman? He's been in good form, Abdullah, lately. Last two, three games, scoring several 30, 40 plus knocks. He's surely the key wicket here for Shark Attack. For sure. That puts strikers under immense pressure because they've not been in that situation enough. Buffering as in डिले आ रहा है क्या? अभी तक तो सही आ रहा था. Oh, right away. Dhruv Patel on the mark. Right away. First ball, pinpoint Yorker. Abdullah does well to keep it out. That's a run on the board there of the first ball for Super Strikers. Yeah. Usually we see Hamza and Shivam open a few times. It's been Abdullah and Abhishek Mishra this time. Maybe they're trying to go with the left right combination. Blocked away by Abhishek Mishra. That defense didn't have much intent there. Not too high of a back lift. Seems like they might try to play this over out. Not a bad strategy, Edman. Not a bad strategy, do you think? What do you think is a good score here today, considering it's the final? Yeah. Dhruv Patel's really hitting the mark today. Three balls, and we've just got a single run on the board. We really got to watch for that Yorker there. It's interesting that Shark Attack actually chose to bowl. And there you go. What a shot there by Abhishek Mishra. And that will put a lot of pressure on the Shark Attack bowlers. So it's this time Abhishek Mishra lined him up. Very little margin of error for the bowlers here in tape out. Solid defense again. Dhruv Patel pulls his length back and tries to go for the top of the stumps. Well bowled again. But this has been a solid over for super strikers. It's always a bit of a psychological edge for the batting team when you hit the opposition's best bowler for a six. That's edged and just over Jackson there. Well, if anyone could take that catch, it's probably Jackson with his height. So if that's not taken, you can just tell that wasn't much of a chance. Who bowls the second over now? We've seen a lot of rotation there from Shark Attack usually. We've seen Vedansh Kopra, we've seen Chirag Seth step up. Who's it going to be today? Who would you have given the ball to here, Arman? That's what I think too. Could have gone with the experience, but Chirag Seth has a good record in finals. Yeah. For context, Arman got out to Chirag in last term's final. Chirag was probably the difference in who took that trophy home. Starts off with a wide. And as you expect, you hear a lot of noise there from the Super Strikers supporters. There is a lot of noise. This would definitely, Shark Attack seem to be feeling it now. And there's another one there. There's another wide bowled by Chirag Seth. Okay. Can you hear it? It does it. I'd agree there. I'd agree there, man. That's been. He has an unorthodox action. I feel that makes it harder for the batsman sometimes. Not the quickest, but he moves the ball like you said. Yeah, the double jump definitely does. So he's changing sides, hoping that makes a change here for Chirag. And that's swung away by Abhishek Mishra, but I think that's hit the top there. That has hit the top as signaled by Aman, the umpire. And that is just going to be a run for those who are not aware of the rules. As and when the ball hits the top of the ceiling, it does not count for a boundary. So that's another run there for Super Strikers, but looking good so far. In the slot again, and driven away by Abdullah. And they are not going to run on Dhruv Patel's arm. Strong throw though. That is going to be a dot ball. That should give Chirag some confidence. Yeah. Oh, that gives a no ball, and that will be a no ball first. Oh, that's overstep two. So that's two. That was also, yeah, that was also signaled as a no ball for height by the umpire. So a freebie to Abdullah, not what he wanted to be doing early on in his innings. And it's another no ball. And Chirag seems to be missing the mark completely here. Well, with the rules for tape ball, I'd say yes. But if you ask me, I'd say probably not. I don't see that as a dangerous ball. So that's another free hit for Abdullah. Advait Shah trying to pump his team up, making sure the pressure doesn't get to them. Like a short ball. pulled away, and that's just going to be one. Yeah. For the indoor game. Exactly. Abdullah does play a beautiful flick when we have our hardball season, but obviously you just get a max of 2 runs for hitting the leg side indoors. In the slot, and that's a good ball. That will be 2 runs, I think. Yep. The umpire signals two there. So Advait Shah put in a good effort, dived for the ball, but that went away for a two. Constant pressure here from the Super Striker supporters. For sure. This is the pressure that you don't want to get to your head. 1 wicket, and we can see a change in dynamics right here. Pulled away, and that's two again. Oh, that could have been a run out either way. Had Chirag collected it cleanly, or had that hit the stumps. Both are left-handers, so it's not completely invalid. Here comes Chirag Tate. And no, that was close. That's what we're talking about. That's how he gets you. It's one of those balls, but at the stumps, he can be deceiving with that one there, Chirag Tate. Ends the over well. So this seems looks like Shubham Malik might take the ball. We see him warming up now. Discussion in the middle. Captain Dhruv Thakkar walks out, talking to his openers there. So power play is now concluded, which means there can be two fielders behind the yellow line and on the wall, and there can be four fielders behind the stumps. आवाज आ रही है. Shubham getting his field there. He seems to have moved Sameer a little straight here for Abhishek Mishra. Starts off with a slow ball. That's a particular speciality of Shubham, and that's a quick single. That should not be a runner, man. The faster, yeah, for sure. That over does have an impact, and you can see he might look a bit checked out. That's what Shubham asked him to do. Asked him to calm down there. Let's see what he follows it up with. Good slow ball to front. I think they have the platform for sure. They've got a deep batting lineup. Another slow ball straight up that hits the top. That's another single. Has a word there with Abdullah. Let's see what he backs it up with. Jackson looking alert behind the stumps. We can hear some noise here from Shahk attack. This is good to see. Good to see them get their spirits back. Oh, that's a no ball over the head. Loses his radar there, Shubham Malik, and bowls a beamer. Too many no balls already from Shahk attack. They'll need to keep the extras under control if they are to win the game. They have an amazing bowling attack, but this has been one of the difficulties they've faced this season. Swung away for six. That is a big one by Abhishek Mishra. It seemed like he knew the slow ball was coming there, man. He was already on the back foot, waiting for it, and he sends that for six. Abhishek Mishra. And this time the batsman was prepared for it. Pressure now on Shubham. How does he respond? Here's the stock ball. And that was a beauty. What a take there by Jackson. That was a good take. And Jackson had a word with the batsman there. That's another thing. How Chirag can be deceiving with the movement. Shubham has a good stock ball too. It's often slept on. There's a big difference in pace. That's wide and Shahk attack with another extra. They need to make sure that they keep the extras in check going from here on because they'll also have the fifth and sixth bowler to deal with later. And the slow one and swung away for a big six by Abdullah. I don't think he quite made that one, man. Massive pressure on Shahk attack there. Massive pressure. That was the fourth slower ball by Shubham this over. And that's a two. That's going to be two more runs. That is a big over. That's the biggest over yet for Shahk attack. And the pressure is still on Shubham here. And there's a discussion now on who should take the ball. Seems like Samir is asking for it. We see captain and vice captain walk out to the field and talk to their openers there. Arman himself used to be on the Super Strikers a few seasons back. That's where Arman made his debut, right, Arman? Obviously, a lot of experience there with Hamza Mirza. Probably the most experienced tape ball player around. Maybe that could be a matchup that Advait Shah thinks of. That would be interesting to see. Yep, looks like somebody's taking the ball. That is a massive scorer, man. They're with wickets in hand. They're on track for a good 120 here. Yeah, yeah. This has been pretty chanceless. This whole partnership, and we've not really seen too many threatening balls other than that first over by Dhruv Patel and that stock ball by Shubman. There's the ball by Samir. Samir is deceptively slow sometimes. He kind of bowls a lot of cutters. Yeah. Has a word there with Dhruv Patel and Shubham. Good start for Samir. Oh, it's net and it's gone. And the leg umpire gives it two, and that is gone. And that's the big wicket there by Samir. That was that completely caught Abhishek Mishra by surprise. He was way too early on the ball there. His bat came way before when it should have, and that's gone straight to Pokra, and he's not going to make a mistake there. We see the experienced Hamza walk out to the middle now. Very smart batsman. Knows when to take his twos, knows when to go for the shots. We'll have Shivam Kumar. There is certainly a lot of batting on both of these teams, man. So that's what makes this a very interesting matchup. Shark Attack has themselves chased down close to 100 in both games with overs to spare. Strikers surely the favourites here with the fact that they were table toppers, but Shark Attack has been in great form lately. There's the ball, and what a shot by Hamza Mirza. He came down the track there, walked him down, hit him for a two there, off the mark, looking good. Hamza has had more experience facing Samir too. I feel he's a bowler. The more you play him, you can somehow start to understand what he's trying to do. But Hamza has played against him a couple of seasons. Let's see how Abdullah fares. That's a good ball. That might be a catch. Oh, that's over him. That is a big six there by Abdullah. That was a shot and a half there, man. That wasn't the worst ball there by Samir, but that was too good of a shot. That was all timing. Not too much power, just flicks it off his legs. Sends that straight down. Then it's over him for two more. That is another double there. I think it's the confidence there for sure, because this is the fourth over of the innings, and Hamza knows that at the end of the day, it's a 10 over game. And he's got a lot, and he's got the fifth and sixth bowler still waiting for. So that is surely going to be on Hamza's mind. That is a loose ball there, but lucky it hits the top of the roof. That's going to be just one for Abdullah. See that. A loud cheer again from Super Strikers. The start has been their way. Shark Attack would be hoping they can build on the wicket in that previous over. They should really get that six out of their mind and try to get one of these two out. Four overs, 51 is quite a score, though. They'll really have to work hard on pulling it back from here, Shark Attack. But it's not like they've not done it before. They did it against Beer Biceps. Beer Biceps got off to a flyer, but then there was some good bowling towards the end by Shark Attack. Let's see if they can repeat suit today. Seems like the right move here. They really need a wicket amongst these two, and Dhruv Patel might be the best chance to do that right now. Abdullah does not care though. Sends him for another seven. That is insane batting, but it seemed like Dhruv Patel took the pace off there. That did not seem as quick as his usual balls. Hamza also goes for it. Oh, confusion, and I think it's gone. Oh, they missed it. They shelled it completely there. That was the chance. That was the chance for Shark Attack to make their way back in the game, and they have shelled it. And no backup there, man. No one walked up to the stumps in place of the bowler. Instead of the throw, could have also waited for Dhruv Patel to walk back because it seemed like Hamza had given up. It was the throw which made Hamza think, hey, I can make this. And that's a wide. Pressure is surely on here. Pressure is well and truly on. They need a breakthrough. They need a breakthrough badly, or this can get really bad here for Shark Attack. That's the one. That is the one, man. Spot on. That was a beauty there by Dhruv Patel. Now they just need to make sure that they don't give too many off the next few balls and take some momentum going into the next over. Another good ball there by Dhruv Patel, and that's quick running. Oh, that was amazing running there. Strong call by Abdullah, and he was fully committed to the run. Arman does some pretty aggressive running himself. Arman makes brave calls. We've seen him get run out because of that a few times, because not everyone responds to those. But lucky for Abdullah, Hamza was down for the run there. Yeah, for sure. More in Abdullah's zone than Hamza's. Hamza would probably prefer it slightly shorter, in my opinion. Hamza capitalizes more on the shorter balls. Same length again by Dhruv Patel. Same length. And he's hammering down that stuff. I surely think so. Surely one of the harder ones, but definitely a chance. Five overs, 61 for one. What's your predictions here, Arman? What do you think Strikers is on track for? That's going to put immense pressure on Shark Attack. Ideally, after the start, Shark Attack would be thinking of keeping it under 50 within the next five overs, chase down something below 110, and then see how it goes. So, maybe Advait got the key wicket of Aman Bhagat last game with the same change of pace. It's been quite a lot of pace so far, and now we see a spin. Starts off. That's too short, and that's six. That is easy picking for Abdullah. That is easy picking there. He's got his eye in, and that was too short for tape ball, and that was easy to pick up for any batsman. Next up. And that is sent away by Hamza. That is going to be two. Yup, it's been given a two there by the umpire, Anuj. So it did not hit the top of the roof. We see Adi Sher joining the Super Strikers support camp. That's better there. That is the ball. That is what the bat needs to be doing. And the batsmen are going to have a hard time. They have to keep it. Well bowled again, and that's beautiful. That is beautiful by Recha. The last two balls have been spot on. What's Abdullah going to do now? And that's at the roof. So that's just going to be 110 of 5. I don't think they would mind that after the first seven there. Arman seems like a very good comeback. Dhawal Patel starting a chant in the stands there. That's shot again. And that might be a no ball there. That is a no ball. The second bounce was before the crease. And as you know, that gives Hamza Mirza a free hit. And that's a wide. So the free hit continues. And you can see the pressure getting to the earth now. We should forget about the no ball and bowl exactly what he bowled before that. That's the key with extras. Just forget about them for a bit. And that's at the top again. Very unlucky this whole over. Super strikers, they'd be wishing they'd got at least two more sevens there. But lucky for Shark Attack, that hits the roof. 70. So 13 of the over there. With the ball, the standout has been Dhruv Patel, perhaps. Yeah, it seems like Dhruv Patel gave was 18 runs, which are amazing figures. Shubham Malik's over proved to be quite costly, going for over 20 runs. And the other bowlers have seemed to try their best to pull it back from there. The question is who bowls now? Seems like it's going to be Shubham again. He needs to bring his experienced. Oh, it might actually be Vedansh Kokra. So Vedansh Kokra has had quite the golden arm these playoffs. Six wickets in the last two games, three in the eliminator, and then three in the qualifier. And they've all been massive wickets, especially in the eliminator. He ended up getting ended up getting Akshit Mehendiratha, best batsman for in tape ball for the last three seasons. Also ended up picking up the priced wicket of Anuj Deshpande. And then towards the end, also got Biljot out. So that gave him three wickets. Oh, he did? That is interesting. So Vedansh Chopra has been in quite some form. They'll be hoping he continues that touch and gets one of these two dismissed. Surely they could have looked at that angle, but I also see why they'd want to go with pace off. But it's not like Chopra gives the batsman too much pace too. Chopra also bowls with the pace off mostly. Abdullah did have a very good record against Kokra in one of the overs when these two played previously. Let's see how it goes today. Shot dragged in, and that's two more. Beautiful batting here by Strikers. That's 4 runs of the first two balls. Kokra would take confidence away though. That was a beautiful shot regardless. How does Kokra follow it up? He can bowl the quicker Yorker. Let's see if he brings it out. Short. So one again, and that's good fielding there. Oh, lucky to not give an extra run there. There was no need for that throw, and there was no need to rush ahead. That's going to give another run to Hamza there. Oh, and there's the one that gets you. Very, very similar to the ball that got Akshit. Beats them on the bounce. Always stays low. It was the same there. Hamza played for the bounce, but unfortunately that one stayed low. Just given away five so far of the first four deliveries. That's another beauty, and that keeps low too. And now you can see Hamza starting to get frustrated. Hamza's getting frustrated there. It's two plays and misses, and it's one ball to go. Yeah. I think there's been some discussion about the number of balls left, and the umpire's a signal. It's one ball. Wow, this has been a beautiful over for Kokra. He needs to close it out strong as well. Slightly fuller, that's two, but I don't think Shark Attack would mind that. That's seven of the over. That has perhaps been one of their best overs in this inning so far, causing some 81 and 7. They need another one of these overs to start putting pressure back on. Surely, and like we mentioned, Shark Attack won't be too tensed about chasing down 105 or 108 scores because they've already done it twice. What's going to get them in trouble is if strikers here actually cross 110. That's where they're going to feel a bit more of pressure. Well, I think going with Shubham here is the right move. Definitely backing the experience and knowing that Hamza was under some pressure after the last over, maybe trying to get Hamza dismissed. And Hamza did get out to one of Shubham's slower balls earlier in the over. That is a good one there. That one is certainly moving away with the angle. Hamza lets it go, and that is another dot. And he starts with a quicker one there, man. Another quick one, and he gets him. And he gets him there. Just as we discussed, Arman, this was the right move, and he again comes Mirza out there. Now they'll be looking to dismiss Shivam early, and I think then the super strikers will certainly feel a lot of pressure to close this innings out strong. They'll just try. I'd surely say so, because Shivam has been in good form not just this season, but the past two, 3 seasons too. Has even opened the innings for super strikers and has played some amazing cameos this entire season. For sure. For sure. A very versatile player in general here, Shivam Kumar. He's improved with every season he's played. And it's another beauty. That is three spot on deliveries by Shubham. Three balls right in the block hole. And now strikers will surely want to get us strike rotation going. They'd want Abdullah for strike as much as possible. Abdullah, they give a little signal for slow ball potentially coming to Shubham. I don't think Shubham will be going with that. And he doesn't. And that is going to be another single there. Good decision to not go with the throw. So that's one run of the first four deliveries, and we've got Abdullah on strike. Will he go for it with Abdullah? I don't expect that to happen. I expect him to continue going with the stock ball here, Arman. Oh, another full toss, and that is a beautiful shot there by Abdullah. That has not been called for a no ball. That is just going to be seven more runs. And Shubham would not be happy with himself. He had an amazing start to the over. He would have loved to continue that. Yeah, you can look at it and think it was a full toss, but that's not the easiest of balls to pick up. A beautiful straight drive there by Abdullah. Yeah. Short ball, and that's another double. Oh, confusion there. Can Shubham made it? And he gets him. And he does get him. A little celebration there by Shubham. A bit of a celebration there. And there's another wicket that falls for the Super Strikers. Shivam would not be happy that he got run out there. He could have surely made an impact had he batted till the end. But unfortunately for the Strikers, he goes. Abdullah is batting at 46 now. What do you think of his innings, Arman? If I'm not wrong, you've gotten Abdullah out once this season. That's amazing. Yeah. I get what you mean. I got him the first game he played against me, and then he proceeded to hit me for a seven the next game. There's a very little margin for error. Dhaval by just crossing the stream. It's his last game today. Dhaval Patel, one of the most experienced members of the club. Dot ball sent away. And he keeps going. And that's 50 up for Abdullah. Confidently does not take the one. He's backing himself to go for it all here, I think, Arman. Insane innings. That is an amazing innings there by Abdullah. Oh, had that stuck, that would have easily been the catch of the season there by Vedansh Kotra. For sure, man. It can be a seven and a two to follow, but it seems like they want Abdullah to keep most of the strike now. So some confusion regarding the scoring there. The change has been noted, and we have a resumption in play. Shot, and they take the run. That's going to be two more. A beautiful cover drive there, but Kotra won't mind a two. Gets the new batsman on strike now. He's definitely been their standout bowler in these playoff series, and perhaps some might say their standout player with the contributions with the bat as well and in the field. And he got a run out last game. Oh, that should not be a two. That should not be a two here, man. The fielder went for it with one hand, but that's going to put extra pressure there on the fielder. It's edge. And that has gone away for one. This has been an amazing spell by Kokra, considering how the other bowlers have fared. He's caused the batsman some trouble, definitely. I'd say he's unlucky to not have a wicket. Deserves one. Push for it. And that's going to be two. That is a good pickup there. That was not the easiest ball to pick up. They wanted two. And it gives can even drop it and he's gone. He is gone. Confusion there. I think the two was on and on, but some hesitation on Group's part. Gets him dismissed. Too many run outs this innings for the Super Strikers, and they will not be restored. Definitely there are none. Especially with Dhruv Thakkar saying no from the other end. He showed some hesitation, and the batsman should have perhaps stopped going for the double there. It's Samir who's back to bowl another one. Definitely the right move. Bowled a decent first over there, Samir. Samir has a margin of 9 runs to play with for the psychological edge. Anything under 110 should keep this a very, very close game. Anything above the strikers would feel they have a slight edge. Shubham having a word with Dhaval Patel there. As we mentioned, it's Dhaval's last game today. We've seen one over from Ajay. We've seen one over from Chirag Seth, and we've seen two overs from Shubham, Dhruv Patel, Sameer, and Vedant Chopra. Bahar is a double. What does Dhaval Patel have for his final game? He'll be eager to make a mark. Start off with a six. Definitely a big hitter. Bringing up past games here, strikers. Trying to put some psychological pressure on Sameer. Six! That is showing. Oh! That was an amazing throw there by Dhruv Patel. He's unlucky to not have a direct hit. Dhaval Patel giving a smile. He knows he would have been gone for all money had that throw hit. Insane fielding. Amazing cricket there. A great shot by Dhaval and a great throw to follow by Dhruv Patel. But again, and seven more. That was massive. Kokla just stood there. He knew that was over him. Oh my God, this is insane batting here by Abdullah. Swung away, and that's 1 run. That's at the top again. Just a one, and Dhaval makes that clear to Abdullah. A loud call of no. Sometimes that's all you need to prevent confusion. Big over. This has been a big over. Exactly what the Shark attack team was hoping. It's not. That is exactly what Shark attack did not want when they started this game. That might be too big of a score here. They've been very unlucky here, Super Strikers, this whole innings. Had a few of their shots connected, they would have been awfully close to the 140 mark. So you're right there, man. There's definitely been some damage control by Shark attack. Mostly due to Ranch Kokra, Dhruv Patel, and Shubham second over. And Edge and Jackson drops it, but he gets it on run out. Oh, that looked run out to me, man. That was amazing running. What do you think about that run out caller, man? So good end to the game.
excited. I think there were some nerves during the first over. After that, I think gave us a good start. But our nerves were a little settled. We got more confident in the game. The runs kept on coming. Chirag's over, we got a lot of extra, so that helped gain confidence. But I think good finish by all the batsmen. What you see in the final is huge score.
What would you say as a keeper? What do you think? What would have been different as bowlers coming to the game?
Not really. I think this is a final. I think both teams are very competitive on this stage. We have worked hard to come here. So is the other team, Shahk attack. They've got off the eliminator, the second knockout game, and they've been here to fight, play a hard game. Can't really point out mistakes. It's just anyone's game. A team is going to lose, a team is going to win. Reaching the final itself is a big thing. But I think turning point will be decided after we win the match.
One last thing, when you came to bat in the final, what were you thinking? What was your mindset like? Because how do you come and everyone?
The only thing I was thinking is to maximize every ball I face, not face any dot balls, because 6 balls remaining, we want to get maximum runs on the board. And I think we parred that psychological target of 120. It adds a lot of pressure when you're chasing in a final. So my only goal was to get maximum runs, six speed twos, run hard, and just
Good luck, Dhawal bhai.
thank you so much.
Good luck, Dhaval bhai.
Dhawal bhai, what do you feel about the final? Big score.
Yeah, big score. Yeah, anyways, I think still get into stick to the basics, keep it simple. The game's always been here for taking double all. So that's the plan.
What were you thinking bowling the first over in the final?
I think two of them are regular every day, so I've been thinking I stick to my instincts, I stick to my skill. So I try and do what I can do best and I hope for the best.
A crucial spell in the middle by Kokra. What would you like to say?
I mean, it's always bowlers, they always have a good day at that. Today, Kokra has been doing well for a few past few games. So, yeah, he executed what he did, what he's good at. And, yeah, big pressure game, right? You gotta need one or two of those players who can take the game away from the opponent.
And what would you advise to openers that are going in the final?
As I said, keep it simple. It's not a big total if you think of it in a simple way. The more pressure you take, the more aggressive you go in the beginning. That's probably when you mess up the most. It's a final, but if you treat it as a regular game, just a basic 120 score, it's gettable.
And any plans against certain bowlers from Supa?
As I said, we'll stick to the basics. We'll stick to our skills.
Good luck, Dubai.
We
We're back here for the second half, Arman. I think the key is to play with intent. That is certainly the key there, Arman. And that's been something both Super Strikers and Shark Attack have been good at. Coming out strong and attacking from the first ball itself. And fall's always the bigger term, isn't it? So I think that's what makes him, like you said, the best keeper here. Arman. Vedansh Kokra here looking not nerved by the pressure of the total. He plays his natural game. And he's going to be looking to attack here. भावेश बता दियो एक बार. Here we go. Getting going then, Arman. Looks like audio is all good to go. Dhruv Thakkar to open the bowling. That's a wide there. Definitely. But definitely going to ease the nerves for Vedansh Kokra here. Always feels good to not start with a dot ball. That gives him a free run there. This is an interesting competition too, Arman. The season you won, you also had Vedansh Kokra on your team. And he gets him on the first ball. On the first legal ball of the innings, Dhruv Thakkar gets him. And that is a massive wicket. And the cheers from the crowd don't stop. Kokra would not want to take a look at that again. That was a pinpoint Yorker there by Dhruv Patel. And Kokra just swung his bat, but there wasn't much he could do about that. What a beauty. Captain here leading from the front. Arman definitely misses being a part of Super Strikers. Definitely one of the best bowlers right now in tape ball. Always consistent with his line and length of record. And he delivers it again. Samir Baba on strike, and he's under the pump right away. Started the season opening the innings, Arman. Couldn't quite find his form and then had to move down the order, but he's been doing very well since then. Very classy batsman for sure, and he shows that with the very first ball. Solid in defense, and now he'll want to get going from here. Every dot ball. He's walking up to the batters. One different right of the offset is the noise the super strikers are making, and man, they've been very active to start off, but that can also be given to the wicket they got. And that's a good shot by Samir. Sign of intent there. They need that. Shivam needs to continue batting with the same intent. I don't have fond memories of his batting from the game against us in the eliminator, but he'll need to do some more of that here today if Shahk attack is to stand a chance. Greeted by a lot of cheering here, but for the opposition camp. Abdullah has a word with Dhruv Thakkar. This is definitely a good field. This is mostly covering Shubham's areas here. And that's played out by Shubham, and Hamza runs in and tries to throw that away. You can see the banter there from Hamza. Has great love for the game, always active in the field. Hamza Mirza played for a lot of seasons and comes with the same energy every time. That is down left side again. A slight appeal there. That is going to be another wide ball. Double Patel. Will he get the farewell he wants today? Will he retire with this trophy? Defended by Shubham again off the front foot. Hamza is also there to play some games with the batsman's mind here, Arman, and that seems to be what he's doing now. It's a full ball. Shubham wanted the run, but that's a good call. That was not a single by any means. So very, very tight over from the Super Strikers come to a close. There's four of the first over, two of fights, and two off the bat. This is where the game becomes key, Arman. It was a pretty similar first over for this team from Shark Attack, and now strikers need to back that up. Aditya Bajpai has had quite a good season. What do you think about that, Arman? What do you think about his bowling? As Dhruv Thakkar was quick to remind him, Aditya Bajpai has been winning most of the matchups against Samir. And the pace was off there. We know Aditya Bajpai can be quicker, but that first ball wasn't his quickest. It's a full toss. Point. Played by Samir towards point for another double. But Shubham did not realize there's not a camera here. For sure, Arman, for sure. They've been much clearer with the calls here. Pulls out of the run up again, and Aditya's going to win a fraction inside. Shubham's taking his time here. An interesting thing is these two haven't matched up this season, but Shubham does like it, where Aditya sometimes tends to bowl. And that's in the slot. Oh, but he didn't get on the board. An amazing catch. He takes an insane catch there. And that was a clean catch by Dhruv Thakkar to get rid of Shubham. That is surely going to put the pressure on. What a catch by Dhruv Thakkar. And that's the end of Shubham Malik. Shubham would be wishing he got more power behind that. That wasn't the best of deliveries there, Arman. And he won't be happy about getting out to that one there. Could have surely put that one away there, Shubham Malik. He'll be feeling hard done by, but all the credit there also goes to Dhruv Thakkar for that amazing catch. Dives forward for sure, man. Dives forward, gets his hand out, and makes sure that it sticks. And you can see his energy's up. The captain's having a good game. Was unlucky to get run out, but since then he's taken a key wicket, and then he's also followed that up by being vocal in the field and taking that catch. Multiple time MVP, obviously Dhruv Patel. Well, that's beautiful fielding by Hamza. That is amazing. The strikers are on it. Very vocal. They're trying to put the pressure on here. Dhruv Patel. You can see he's not been having the best of times with that finger injury, but despite that, he's been exceptional through the playoffs. Played away again. A beauty by Aditya Bajpai. What a ball. Very vocal this here from the Super Strikers. They're on the batsman. They are right on the batsman there. You can hear the noise from Shahk attack here, as they should. They should keep backing their team up. And Dhruv Patel had intent there. That's going to be two. Devans tried to go for it, but that was just too far away. Good effort though. And it gets applause from the captain and the team there. These were the two people on the crease in the last chase, Arman. This is the key wicket. They'd want these guys to bat for the next 6 overs and then hope that some of their deeper batting from Vedant Malhotra, Chirag Seth, and Zidane Mohammed can clutch and get them over the line. So it's going to be Abhishek Mishra who takes the ball. And has the left arm angle too. A big discussion here. Seems like the bowling side want to change off the ball here, man. Seems like they're not happy with something. Seems like the umpires asked them to continue with the same ball though. Seems like he wanted to be there to get in the batsman's head, and now that he's done that, he's back to field. And that's another beauty by Abhishek Mishra. The first difference here, Arman, is that there's been very, very little extras from the super strikers. They've been on point with their bowling. And this is what Shark Attack would now be wishing they'd done in the first innings too. Some margin for error, but that's hit straight to the stumps. Beautiful shot there by Dhruv Patel. Unlucky to hit the stump. That has to be a no ball. And that has been called there by the umpire. That's going to be a no ball and a seven. No, it's not a no ball. That has not been called a no ball there, man. The call has been overruled, but that's still going to be 7 runs. And that's something. It's another full toss, and it's been called again by the leg umpire. Will it be overruled this time? The umpire seem to want to have a word here. That's clear. So that has been called a no ball here, Arman. That is going to be a free hit for Dhruv Patel. Struggling with his finger, as you said, but he's going to need to get a lot of these runs here. These two need to do the bulk of the scoring here, Arman. They still have a very capable batting order, but they want to do most of the job. And that's another wide. Abhishek Mishra feeling the pressure. It's been two, three good deliveries now for Shot Attack, and they seem to have gotten their confidence back. Oh, oh. That one is nicked by Dhruv Patel, and that is going to be a dot. That is what you want to avoid, man. You want to convert these dots to doubles and make sure you minimize that. And it's gonna, that is a massive one. Now that's pressure. That might be the game there, man. And as you see, the music is cued. The captain has walked out to the middle there. They try to have a word with Samir, reminding him perhaps of what he really can do and how he can really take the game from here and get them over the line. Samir now needs to take charge of this chase. He's done it in the past. He's done it a couple seasons back too. And we know what he can do when he's in full flow here, Samir. Definitely a massive wicket there, Dhruv Patel. I feel like the batting side has not managed to match intent with sensible batting here, man. And they tried to go after those balls, and in that process, given a few wickets away. They would have liked to not take as many unnecessary risks. If you think about it now, they might think that hey, maybe we could have waited for the fourth bowler. Let's see how this works out now, though. Zidane is a very capable batsman himself. Can hit a long ball. Has played a good few cameos this season. Has a lot of power. Oh, that is a beauty there by Abhishek Mishra. That's gonna have Zidane thinking about blocking those out for the next bit. That was a beauty. That was an amazing ball by Abhishek Mishra. He's spot on most of the time, and man. Anuj, the leg umpire, playing a few games with the balls. Samir being very watchful. Spin has been brought on, as you see. It's Hamza, the experienced Hamza Mirza who takes the ball. What do you think about this matchup, Arman? He, hmm, he might bring the edge into play. Samir might pop one up. But if it's in the arc, it might go away. As we talked about the margin of error in the first innings, it's pretty small. It's even smaller for a spinner. That's another why Hamza, those two wides to start off, he won't like that, but he's always been a bowler who's calm after those extras. He knows what to do and he knows how to fix it. But Samir looks calm too. He looks like he's going to take that responsibility and take his team forward from here. Short one, didn't get the elevation. Oh, that could be trouble, and that is not out. That is not out. Samir would feel he could have sent that one for six there, Arman. That was not the best of deliveries. He ended up hitting it flatter than he thought. So as you see, it's Sedan who takes strike now. Which was? Oh, gets the two. That was a good shot there. Good shot by Zidane. And these two are starting to look good, but they want a boundary sometime soon just to make sure that they have the momentum. For sure, man, for sure. Because knowing super strikers, they're probably going to go back to one of their three leading paces from the next over and try to choke this game out. So they really need to focus on attacking this over now. That definitely seems like the right move because he seemed like he was getting into a great rhythm towards the end of his over. It's there for him to hit, and he gets another two. Good batting. Good batting again. While there's continuous strike rotation. Hoping perhaps to beat him for the spin, but didn't get as much turn as he thought. Oh, that is what he was looking to do last ball to Hamza. That's what he wanted to do. Pitch it up, get some dip on the ball, and beat them on the bounce. A huge risk stepping out against Dhanu when he's sleeping. So Dan, you can see him. He's feeling like that one was in his arc. Shubham comes in now, has a word here. We'll be hoping he connects this one. There's Zidane. It's two dot balls in a row now for Hamza. And it's three, and he's been beaten thrice now on the bounce with the flight. And the pressure is on. Dhaval Patel very attentive behind the stumps. Quick to remind the batsman of how quick he can be. Seems like it might be Aditya Bajpai who takes the ball here. Definitely, Arman. That would be a sensible move too. So we see Advait Shah, the captain, and Shubham Malik walk out to the middle and have a word with the batsman. That is definitely a smart sort of observation there, Arman. Making sure they know Samir might be the last major threat that they have at the crease, and getting him dismissed is one of the key parts of closing this game out. Aggressive, good captaincy here on display. And didn't quite get the middle there, but that's going to be two more for Samir. So very low score so far for Shahk Attack. They need somewhere close to 100 almost in the next 5 overs to win the game. That's going to be a hard job, and they're going to need to get the they're going to need to get the ball moving soon. And that one's there. That's going to be another dot. These dot balls are piling on the pressure, man. Here, clicked away off the edge. It's us there. That's going to be just one run. Situation. And he ends an amazing season with the ball at Aditya Bajpai. A great spell yet again. And he has shown he's probably one of the most consistent bowlers now in this bowling unit. Not the last ball, as it seems. It's two more to go, sir. Samir, he knows they need a boundary this over. Can he get one? Oh, whoa. Not much of a celebration from Aditya. He gets him here again. And that might well and truly end up being the game there, man. That was an unplayable ball there, man. I don't think anyone would have done a lot about that ball. Is that it? So the captain Advait Shah walks out to the middle. The game is pretty much done, but they need a miracle from here, Shark Attack. They need a big 20-25 run over. But let's talk about that ball there for a second, man. I don't think any batsman in tape ball was playing that. That was unplayable right on the base of the stumps. That's a tendency Aditya Bajpai has to nail those pinpoint Yorkers repeatedly. And with his height, they come quick and they dip on you really quick. Laid away by the skipper. It's going to be a dot. A beautiful spell from Aditya Bajpai, and he deserves the applause there from his team. You can see the applause, and he's done his best to deserve that. An amazing season and an amazing spell in the final. Shows no inexperience and no nerves. This is very aggressive and very good captaincy here by Super Strikers. And beaten again. That's a wide, though. That's been called for a wide. Massive, massive pressure on Shahk Attack. Oh, it's another wide, but Zidane, you can see it. Zidane is really still, he's got the belief, and that's what we love to see about this game. He knows if he can hit a couple out of the middle, you never know what happens. Never give up until the end. As we remember a couple of seasons ago, Arman here hit 33 odd of the last over to save the game. So that hypothetically makes you think you can get 60 odd in 2 overs. And that's how Shark Attack need to think now. They need to not give up on this game and rather than just going for boundaries, focus on minimizing the dots. The boundaries will come by themselves. Oh, that was a beauty by Abhishek Mishra. He's bowling some heat today. After that, start with a few full tosses. He seems to have got his eye in, got his rhythm on, and he's hitting that mark repeatedly. This is insane to see, man. Dhaval Patel standing up to Abhishek Mishra. Laid away and another dot. And another dot. And this is not helping the cause. This is not helping the cause here, man. Let's take a minute to talk about some of the wonderful players who've come out this season as well, man. We've seen a lot of new young players show up and have great seasons. Obviously, Aditya Bajpai being one of them. Then we've also seen Ometh Rajapakse from. Oh, and that's an aggressive call, and that's just going to be one. So as we were cut off there, there's Ometh Rajapakse on Shark Attack, who's been a bit of a strike bowler for the team. And then Patel has been a particularly good big hitter and very, very handy behind the stumps, taking some very clean catches and being very, very quick with the runouts. And had some of the best seasons we've seen from a first-time batsman in tape ball. Not the easiest to adapt to tape ball as a batsman or a bowler in your first season, but just indeed showed no nerves. Got a couple of 50s from beer biceps, bowled high pressure overs. And that God, that has been put down. So as you see, the fielders are just having a laugh about it. Some banter between the supporters and the fielders there. The fielder getting engaged with the crowd there. Mayank, the captain had to come out, remind him to stay in the game. Stay on. Seems like Abdullah might be taking the ball here. Yep. Hasn't bowled much this season because of an injury that he sustained playing the CCUC Nationals earlier. Well, Abdullah is still pretty quick with this run up. One of the one of the quicker spinners and can clock high speeds even with the short run up. Let's see what he's got. And as we said, that was the good one. That was sharp, not much flight on it, and that's 2 more runs. Oh, Abdul hits one hold on the middle. Unlucky to hit the top there, but that was a good shot. Abdullah's been a bit on the shorter side. The batsman needs to make room, wait for it, and hit him straight back. And he gets them. No celebration from Abdullah. That ends Zidane's knock and ends this season. It's been a good one. We've seen a few cameos from him, but there wasn't much he could do today. This has been interesting to watch. Definitely Arman, but also looking at it, Shahk also has a pretty stacked batting lineup now. There's a lot of experienced players on top. But yes, Vedant Malhotra has definitely had his moments. I'd say he's been one of the standout players. He's been playing for a couple of seasons, but this is where he's really gotten a chance. He's shown up with the ball and shown up with the bat on occasions. No pressure here. He knows the game is pretty much out of hand for Shark Attack. So he knows there's only one thing he can do, go after the bowler, and that's what he's gonna do. You never know what happens after that. Edged. It's a call for a run by the skipper. Can't hit the target there, but that wouldn't have been a run out anyways. Good keeping once again. But very good running by the captain of the Shah. Quick to call. Quick to ask for the one. And up there again, and Shah goes for it and gets 2 more. That's another good shot. Beautiful batting here by Adwait. His first time captaining Adwait Shah. He'll be happy leading his team to the finals. Not easy. Straight back at him and gets it. Abdullah puts one down. He has put that one down. One of the safest hands. One of the safest hands in UW. And he puts that one down. Won't be happy, Abdullah. Could have had a second. Already been a man of the match performance from him. Abdullah signaling to the commentary box about the dropped catch again, but he's had a man of the match performance again. Won't mind the dropped catch. And as we see, it's Dhruv Thakkar. who's taking the ball. Will want to wrap this up soon here, Super Strikers. Probably gonna be another one from Hamza, I think, Arman. Oh, and send away! Another two. What a shot by Shah. This is what can happen sometimes when you bat without taking pressure. You can play some amazing shots. The scoreboard pressure's off, and Advait is just enjoying himself, playing some great shots. White ball. So Dhruv Thakkar looks like he's coming back to bowl spin now. First ball. That's been straight driven by Vedant for a seven. Beauty there. Beauty by Vedant. Definitely time bringing his stocks up for the next auction. Going to be one of the all rounders to look forward to. We'll be having that in a month and a half, and Advaita goes for it. Miss doesn't get the elevation, and he's gone. And there is a celebration there by Shivam Kumar, who takes the catch. Marks the end of Advait Shah, the captain, and that's the end of his season. He looked back at it with fond memories, having led his team to the final. Unfortunately, it's not been their day so far. Yeah, again, been one of the more experienced members of the club, has won a best bowler in the past, has been UW president for a term, and has made a lot of contributions to the club. Great to see his team make the final. Unfortunate to see that it wasn't their day, but Super Strikers have been amazing and they've truly deserved it. Chirag goes for it. Chirag has played some handy cameos too for Spartans and for Papa Bears last term. Sent away. That's a beautiful shot by Vedant. Unlucky to not get a six. That would have been an amazing shot in a full sized ground. Sent for two more here, Chirag. And that's going to be the over. Yep, that is the over. So we're done with Dhruv Thakkar's over now. 71 and 2 overs, a six of each ball needed now. Almost borderline impossible this, man. This needs a once in a lifetime effort here from any of these guys. That's true. They need to be running. There's some interruption there from the music. And then, should I say it? Sorry, it's the seven. Let's see. Can they line it up? Can they line it up? Can they line it up? You can see Shubham Baik having a laugh. Now, beaten him. Oh, no. Given not out by the leg umpire. That is not out. Vedant got down on one knee and tried to sweep it. Sweeps don't often work here in tape ball. Need to wait on it and give it some elevation. Spot on, man. More importantly, that's a dot ball now. So that means 64 of 10 balls needed, and that's a full toss. That needs to be sent away. And it is sent away for another second by Vedant Malhotra. They're barely staying alive in this game, man. With each of these sixes, Chirag Seth knows there's only one thing to do, nothing to think about now. Sent. And that's good fielding by Dhruv. That's going to be a run out. That is gone, Chirag. I'd say that was lazy running. Should have dragged his bat. Should have been quicker between the wickets there, Chirag. Lazy running leads to that dismissal. But again, regardless, that is some good shots played by Chirag Seth, and that brings an end to his season. Now comes to the crease, Jackson Finney. Jackson has an almost baseball swing with his bat here. Let's see if he can slog a couple out of the ground. Wants to have a word with Vedant. Do you think you could pull it off in this situation, Arman? Who would you want bowling to you if you wanted to pull this off? In the slot, that's a good ball though by Hamza. That one dipped really quick. Deceived Vedant there. That's just one. Here comes Jackson Finney. He's really enjoyed himself this season being a part of this group, Jackson. And he's going to enjoy himself now batting in the final. Let's see what he's got. He certainly seems to have fixed this stance, Arman. Certainly seems to have picked up the game a little bit. Throwing that over the top for two more. Needs to be quick. And he is once again not the best of running from Shark Attack. They've been lazy for the last over or two. Jackson should have been quicker there. That's the over. And that brings us to the last over of the innings, with Shark Attack needing almost 8 runs per ball. Somehow in tape ball, that's still not mathematically impossible, but it's never, ever, ever been done before. Who's going to bowl? Shivansh, by the looks of it, perhaps. Dhaval wants Shivansh to bowl, but it's going to be Dhaval. This is a very nice thing to see. This is very nice to see here. Dhaval getting a proper send off, getting to bowl the final over in his final game, and then probably celebrate the trophy win. There seems to be a lengthy discussion for the last over now, man. So it looks like it's going to be Shivansh. It's not going to be Dhaval who bowls the final over. Would have loved to see Dhaval bowl the final over, though. Get a proper send off for his final game. He's gotten 5 wickets. He has got a bit of a strike bowler. Akshit? Oof. It's a wide to start off. Here you go. Shivansh with a bit of a smile here to the batsman. Jackson sort of got his legs out of the way there, let that go through for a wide. Sent. There you go. We see that sweep swing a bit. If that was a ground, that was surely going for a four, if not a six. Come on. Beautiful connection there by Jackson. It's going to be 2 runs. But what a season it's been for Super Strikers. Total dominance from the start. Just one. Abdullah has obviously been a find for them, but that was Very clear at the time of the auction. One of the biggest talents, if not the biggest talent in UW right now. Slogged for another two. So we're done with three deliveries now, Arman. Three deliveries, still the Super Strikers left the championship and cap off a fantastic season. And that is another two. That's not hit the pole. So it's another two. Two balls to go now. Chirag, Chirag, Chirag. इनको हटा दे कैमरा से. That's not been given again by the leg umpire. And they have a laugh. They have a bit of a laugh, and Anuj, the main umpire, wants to have a chat. Akshat Bhai still seen batting on the sidelines, warming up for the next season. Akshat Bhai, just like me, we have no trophies yet. Shivansh again bowling. The game's almost done. In the slot, another sweep. And now it's the last ball before the strikers take the trophy, Arman. How do you feel not being a part of this team's title run this time? How did you feel at Beer Biceps? Oh, seems like it's done. That was the last ball. Well, apologies, and that caps off a fantastic season. We'll be right back in a minute, guys, with the award ceremony. Anuj, let's have a chat. So, you were a part of Aces 11 this season, had a great season, ended up as one of the best bowlers again, very economical. How do you feel after getting knocked out in the eliminator? It was unfortunate, but what do you think about the season?
Got it. It's like I generally believe that we had one of the best teams out there this season, especially in terms of our bowling lineup. I believe we should have gone all the way due to some unavailability issues. Signed the season to be but it's been a great season so far. Totally deserves it. They've been consistent throughout the season. But I would say every weekend in and out. Definitely happy with this season.
What would you say umpiring the final? How is it?
I'd say it's pretty straightforward. Like just gotta know basic nothing that was pretty happy.
Here we're also joined by the captain of Aces 11 and the vice captain of Beer Biceps.
Vice captain down here.
Let's reflect on the season, guys. What do you think?
I think overall great season. Everyone had a lot of fun, a lot of potential recognized. I think as a WCC really came together. Not the game, especially the final, like a lot of people from the game, like support the games. Especially shout out to Super Cycle. I think they did dominate this season. That's off to them, for the availability and stuff like that. But yeah, hope to bounce back strongly.
Aman bhai, how was your season? You were obviously dealing with an injury, and now that this one's done, how are you looking forward to the next one?
I can't say about my team, but yeah, I think performed very well because a lot of youngsters in my team, especially Kennis Patel, he was sledging all the way till the end. Yeah, that's all. We have our favorite bowler over here. Yeah, Bowler and batsman, bro.